Party settings. Allow your voice to be shared. Always allow. So yeah.
Good evening and welcome to Contest of Speed AM2. This is Burzy J. It appears our technical difficulty with the audio I think has been resolved. I can hear myself on the stream, but please type in the chat and just let us know that indeed it is resolved. Sorry about the technical difficulties there.
Alright. I think our first guy to set a lap will be HS Morea. I'm trying to say his name right. I think it's Morea. I still can't say it. I don't know. We're just gonna keep saying Maria, I guess.
Alright, we'll hop on board HS Maria as he's about to start his lap.
I think he's coming across to put in a lap in a 2:01, but Arcaka beats him with a 2-minute flat almost. And then Seagrass with a 57.0.
Wow, that's quite a big gap there between first and second place. I'm wondering if Arcaka and HS Maria just had a little bit of difficulty wrestling the car. As you can see on his in-lap that he's wrestling the car a little bit there.
Yeah, wet weather conditions definitely tricky for these guys in full wet. You know, maybe most. I think some people know me personally. I do like intermediate because the game wants to be weird sometimes. It can be full wet, but you're on intermediate tires. So
Bodhod goes second fastest, the 58.1. I'm hopping on board Porridge Power as he's going to come across the line.
Different seeing the rainbow on the McLaren, but he goes P3 with a 158.678.
Yeah. So as the times start to roll in, it looks like Seagrass is clear-cut pole sitter at a 157.0. Hopping on board with Sector 7 in the pink Mercedes, the Racing Point. Look to see how he fares here. So for our viewers who couldn't hear earlier, it is monsoon conditions, as Pure Blades in the comments is mentioning. The quality obviously is full wet, and then the race is going to be going from wet to dry in a transition, so it's going to be quite the race here. So we'll see as we get rolling into things.
M2
Sorry,
lately has
it's
been
dry to wet.
M2 lately has been putting on some great shows, so I would say this one won't be any different with the transition to the wet weather.
Yeah, it'll be like I was mentioning earlier to you, it'll be interesting to see which of these drivers has put in the work over the week and has done the wet weather prep. This is no desert here in the mountain ranges of Belgium.
Anytime you come to Belgium, you gotta be prepared for wet weather.
So it looks like Sector 7 invalidated his lap, so he might be going again here. But we're gonna hop over, and we've got, it looks like, I think iFunner's on a lap at the moment, so we'll see if iFunner can pull it together around the last few corners. And as he aborts his lap, and it looks like
Sector 7 at the top of Eau Rouge.
Eau Rouge has taken another. Unfortunate.
I think once this race goes wet, I think Eau Rouge is going to catch a lot of people out today.
I agree.
It's always tricky in the wet with the curbing, and just if you're too aggressive with the wheel, it can easily just pull your car around.
Yeah. I'm on board with SRS at the moment, DK, and SRS is one of our faster, quicker drivers in AM2. So we'll look to see if he can put his car up into provisional pole here in the
He's got kind of a train behind him though. It looks like Bomb Tree and a Ferrari and a Red Bull as Kitten Pitter about loses it.
It looks like both Ferraris are in that train behind Bomb Tree. Or yeah, so I'm curious if they're towing one another or as we've lost Bam Bam, so hopefully Bam Bam can get another invite or get back into the session.
My SRS. I think Bodhod and Seagrass with their battle last week in Abu Dhabi's AMRAM.
AMRAM, what a save.
Puan.
What a save. Wow.
Puan, another one of those corners that's going to be really tricky for these drivers. You catch too much of that inside curve and it can just send the car around.
Yeah, without a doubt. It's the off camber of that corner just really unsettles the car, and you're trying to throw that thing around and as fast as you can, and you're getting on the power too quick, especially in the wet. It's going to spin your car. So it looks like we've lost Gru to Radeon as well as in Sector 1, more yellow flags. So unfortunate for the McLaren driver or Mercedes driver.
That's three just in qualifying.
Yeah.
AMRAM's coming across the line. Even with the save coming out of Puan, be a 58.6 in the
I'd
P3.
love to have seen his. Hoping he can get another lap going, and let's see where he can improve. Because if with that save he ends at P3, I'm sure he's going to be challenging Seagrass for pole.
Most definitely.
It looks like Andrew is fresh. Is going to be coming across the line here. See if he goes third fastest with a 58.6. So just hundredths of a second faster than AMRAM.
I'd be drivers to watch this race. I would say Andrew coming off a great run in Abu Dhabi last week. He's probably going to be looking to continue his podium streak and be looking for a race win potentially, and a driver that's been improving all season.
Absolutely, I think he had a great P3 last week, and he can only look to improve from here. So we'll see what he can do here this evening. As I'm on board with Seagrass as he rounds Puan, so we'll see if he can keep his car planted, and he does. Up to a technical finish to Sector 2. And around campus.
Bodhod has invalidated his lap in Rouge, so he will wind it back up and go again.
Quicker here than his previous lap. That 1:57.0 is a quick time in the wet, so we'll see.
Oh, definitely.
He's done a great job managing his DRS, and he
goes up.
Oh my goodness, a 55.9. That is a very impressive time.
And that is insane to be.
Wow.
Wow, is that 3 seconds clear of the field right now?
Yeah.
Clear to P2.
Great running for him. That's awesome.
I think the guys of Bodhod, Andrew, and AMRAM have the work cut out for him today.
Yeah.
Especially once this wet weather comes with Seagrass. Cream Media goes P3 with a 58.2. Great lap for Cream Media there.
Cream's one of those drivers who's been consistently kind of middle of the field, but I'm very impressed with that lap from him. So we'll look to see if that can translate to the race. If he's able to fight for a race win there, but we'll see. We'll see which of these drivers has the setup in the wet to get things done. Getting a little glitch here.
Bodhod is starting a lap again,
right,
heading
we'll hop on board
toward
with
Rouge. Clean this time.
Very clean up through there. Lotto is a very talented driver in this tier, and he's been consistently challenging for race wins, and he's been consistently on the podium, so I expect nothing less.
Oh, and oh, commentator's curse.
Shoot,
No.
commentator's curse. Oh dear, jinx it for you. Sorry, bot. I know you're listening to the stream right now.
That is unfortunate for Bod, but
unfortunate. So we'll hop on board with Rogue A-Wing, who I believe he's on a lap here.
well, I was hoping the McLarens would be hopefully doing a tow, but one of them went in.
Is that Cream Media or is that iFunner that went off in the?
That was iFunner. iFunner went on around.
Okay.
iFunner also had a great race last weekend, though, since we're on the topic of him. Got his first points of the season.
Oh, that's awesome. Way to go,
his first points of
iFunner.
the T7.
Oh, Rogue A-Wing is currently 0.6 faster than his previous lap, so he's on pace for a 58.1. So we'll have to see if he can improve that even further heading into the Blanchiment and the final chicane here. As Rogue gets to the start-finish straight.
Early goes P2 with a 57.7.
That was a nice lap for Rogue. Way to improve in that third sector. All right, next we've got. Looks like Forage Power here. It looks like the next guy crossing the line.
It is,
he
and
goes
he'll
third
improve
fastest.
to
Wow.
P3.
Oh. So there we go.
That is rain making it very interesting in the top spots this week so far. Normally we got, Seagrass and Bloodhod and Amram, but obviously Seagrass still P1, but Rogue and Porridge up there in second and third.
Yeah, it's an impressive.
Some pace on now.
Impressive qualifying here. I'm on board with our fellow commentator, Kit and Petter. We'll look to see if he can improve his time.
I think he's starting a lap right here. He invalidated that last lap.
Is Amram behind also on a lap? So we'll try to see if we can catch some of him.
Amram is behind. Can put it on a lap. Has a bit of a moment going up the Rouge. But keeps it planted, headed down the Kimmel Straight.
And is that Rum Fresh behind them?
He is in turn 1 right now, so he's also... I don't know if he got the lap started, because qualifying has ended. I don't know if he started that lap or not. No, Rum Fresh isn't on a lap, he's short shifting. So, the driver to watch right now, I would say, is Amram.
Okay.
He was. Oh! And as I say that,
no!
he puts it in the wall and flew on.
Oh dear. Alright, well, I'm going to head back over to Kitten, and we're going to watch the rest of Kitten's lap.
So I think that'll be Kitten. Should be our last driver to put in a time.
Alright. Let's see if he can improve. 59.0.
Comes up to the line, and that'll be a
wow.
P257.7.
So this is going to be tough for our usual front runners, like aside from Seagrass, who is far and away P1. But
Yes.
you got Kitten, Rogue, and Porridge that are going to have to fend off Bodhod, and then you got Cream Media and Andrews Fresh who are going to have to fend off Amram and P-Dog. So it'll be an interesting little couple of battles we'll have to watch unfold here, and then kind of going down the order. We'll see if Bam Bam can work his way up P15. And then rounding out that Sector, Gru, and RJP DNF earlier. So it'll be an interesting race. So.
I think so. A lot of different faces up at the top of the grid this week, and you know, I hope people like don't succumb to pressure whenever they're that far up the grid, whenever they're normally not. I know it's a bit nervous sometimes for those guys, but
absolutely,
definitely gonna be looking for a good result. And these guys showing a lot of pace in the rain. You know, with the rain coming later in the race, I would look for them to work through the field, or to be the guys to watch.
And without a doubt, I wonder if these guys who surprised us a little bit, maybe they're more of the wet specialists, as it were, when it comes to racing in the rain. So we'll see.
Oh, definitely.
As we're watching the McLaren of Arcaca round the corner as time expires in the qualifying session. So for those of you watching this evening, I'd love to have your podium predictions in chat, see who we think is going to win this race and who's going to be on the podium with them.
It is going to be another AM2 special, I think. I think this tier always puts on a good show, and I think this one is not going to be any different.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. I don't even really want to make a prediction because it's completely up in the air. Like, it could be as it is, or it could be completely over on its head once the weather transitions. So we will see. So it's Seagrass, Kitten, Rogue, Borage, Arcaca, Bodhod, Green Media, Andrews, Fresh, SRS, P-Dog and P10, HS Maria, X-Bomb, iFunner, Rum Fresh, Bam Bam, Young DJ, Google Dougal, Sector 7, Grurex Kring, and RJPF1 rounding out the grid for us this evening.
Tire too, so it's gonna be interesting on that one as well.
Yeah. So I wonder if a lot of these guys are going to try and just start on the mediums and try to stretch those right to the window. I don't know when this rain's going to be coming, but if it's maybe more of a middle of the road
If it's like a middle of the road thing, I would say that would be the play. Obviously, one stop strategy if you can.
Yep.
Straight onto the wet tire. I personally wouldn't try to two-stop it, especially if I know rain's coming. If I knew when it was coming, then I'd definitely try not to two-stop it.
Totally, yeah. Try to avoid it if they can, anyways.
Yes.
But no, this should be a good one. We'll look to see him. Wonder when we'll.
Bodhard in the chat saying that he was 2 seconds up on his lap before he invalidated, so that would have put him probably up there with Seagrass. But unfortunately, track limits is a thing.
Yeah.
It looks like a lot of mixed tire choices in the field. A lot of guys going with the soft tires, surprisingly.
Yeah, so looking at the tire choice here, I'm surprised. You got Bam Bam who's running the hards and Gru running the hards. So I wonder if this is going to be a little bit of a later race. Like the rain's going to be coming more in the last third of this race. So maybe those guys on the mediums might really be stretching it.
Right, and the guys on the soft are just maybe trying to pull a gap away as much as they can.
Yeah, because this race, if it was a full dry race, I'm almost 100% sure it's supposed to be a soft. It would be like a soft, medium, and medium soft race. So interesting choice for Bam Bam and Guru to go onto the hard. So we'll see. Maybe this rain ends up being a lot lighter than we're anticipating, and it's gonna be they'll be able to stretch these things out and then hop into some softs at the end.
Yep. Hey. So, Bersy, predictions. You know what? Even though you said you weren't, I would like to know. What do you think?
All right.
What do you think?
Ooh. I think Segrest is gonna get the win. I think he's showing some strong pace even in the wet. And I could see Bodhod getting up onto the podium, and then maybe Kittenpetter holds on for the third podium spot. But Amram and Andrews Fresh will be charging up the field in a hurry, so it's going to be a tough one. So I don't know. We'll see.
Definitely. I want to go with Segrest, Porridge, and Rogue. Bold predictions.
Segrest,
Those guys showed pretty quick in the wet, and I think being quick in the wet at the end of the race is really going to make a big difference. If you can get the wet tires put on at the right time, then I think you're good.
No, I think you're correct in that, sir. All right, so here we are. So we've got the classic light glitch. The lights have gone out, and we're waiting for them to get underway. And they're off. As Segrest into turn one. Kitten diving in is Rogue and Porridge. Porridge, big lock up there. As Kitten is able to get away with P1.
Wow, what a start by Kitten there. I had a terrible view. I had the pit building in my way. So
kind of watch these guys come flying up. So it looks like everybody has made it up Meridian in one piece so far. As Porridge and Rogue are battling it out here, so we'll see if we'll kind of have to keep an eye on this battle as expected, and then Kitten is going to have to fend off Segrest like a madman as this race develops.
Oh, he locks up going into the hairpin, but
big lock up there. Oh, Bodhod, something has happened to Bodhod, and Bodhod is down the order. He must have spun. Got spun by someone. His wing is intact, but unfortunate for Mercedes-Man.
Unfortunate. He's
X-Bomb, and X-Bomb is looking to make a move on HS Maria. Ooh, a little squirrely going through the bomb. Alright. Sector 7 and Gru swap places.
So Kittenpetter able to pull out the lead to 6/10 right now, and top two pull it away about a second or to Porridge Power. So Kittenpetter seems to be pulling away with the softer tire right now.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a big gap form with those drivers that are on the softer compound. But then we'll kind of, I wonder when these tires start to fall away a little bit and the mediums start to take shape.
Sector 7 is in the pits. Must have some wind damage. Is going to look to the outside of Amram, heading into
big lunge there. See if he can get a move done here in the next couple of corners, but I think he'll probably hold off, at least until after Pumon, I'd imagine, but we'll see.
So biggest movers on the start. Maria up 4 positions. Unfortunately, Bodhod biggest loser down 11. And I'll be looking for him to make his way back up the field. Um, the DRS being enabled this lap, I would look for.
I'm gonna hop on board with Rogue, and we're gonna see if Rogue can get that third position back from Porridge Power. We'll see here as DRS becomes active this lap.
Has Kittenpetter up 1.2 seconds, so he's in the DRS free zone. You wouldn't have to worry about that, but Rogue on the right on the gearbox to Porridge Power as we head up to become straight. Looks to the outside, and I think he'll have that move done before they get down to turn 4.
Yeah, I think that was an easy move for Rogue there. He's able to get the job done nice and early at the end. So it looks like a little bit. Kind of see how things.
That's not the race. Rogue with the laps.
Yeah. To get that job done.
Rain comes.
HS Maria or yeah.
But I still
Into turn 1, but a big loss.
P-Dog
Fair.
off is there's an in-play. Full safety car is out for Sector 7.
Sector 7 is just DNF'd. So
That is unfortunate as
I wonder I think anybody's going to hop into the pits for this. There's really no point if the rain's going to be coming at the end of the
I don't think so.
But
as Bomb Tree is in to repair his wing damage.
yeah.
Oh, he picks up 5 seconds. That's
a tough one.
That's a tough one. I think he got another penalty as well for speeding under the safety car. Right when it came out, potentially.
So through 6 laps, Kittenpetter's got a commanding lead, 1.2 seconds over Seagrass. Look to see as racing resumes if he can extend his lead at all.
And he picks up 3 seconds. Seagrass, I think, got a better safety car restart there. He's within a second now. I think maybe those soft tires are falling away for Kittenpetter a little bit, maybe.
I wonder here is Porridge through Cream Media are all on the soft tires as well, so I wonder if Bam Bam's going to be able to make some overtakes in the next little bit and start weaving through traffic. But P-Dog's hot on his heels in the meantime, so I'm not sure. He's got his work cut out for him.
Yeah, the soft tires would definitely help the guys like at the start of the race, but if the rain doesn't come soon enough for them, then they're going to have to make 2 pit stops, which isn't going to be ideal.
No, not at all. I'm curious when this rain's going to come.
Yeah, it's still looking pretty sunny out right now, so it's looking, I would say, maybe halfway point, potentially, maybe even a little bit later.
Maybe even later into this race, maybe the last like 5 laps or something.
Definitely.
Spice it up. As HS Maria is closed down on P-Dog, so we'll look to see if he can get an overtake done here going into turn 1.
Well, as I said, Seagrass got within a second of Kittenpetter, but Kittenpetter's pulled that out to almost 2 seconds again. Maybe it's down to setup now. Maybe Seagrass has like a more of a hybrid setup than Kittenpetter.
I wonder if Seagrass had a setup that was set up great for the wet weather. Oh,
there's another VSC.
As Bombtree and Bodhod are in the pits. So I wonder what happened if those two maybe had come together or something.
I think so. I think Bombtree has left the session as well.
Oh.
Potentially.
Well, his car's coming back out, so hopefully he hasn't left. But we'll hop on board with P-Dog. look to go racing again here shortly.
And
We're back to green.
safety car is out. We're over.
So it looks like Bam Bam was sleeping a little bit on the restart. Going back to green. Oh, big lockup from Bam Bam.
Unfortunately, bomb tree spun at the top of a Rougian and got more wing damage. That's unfortunate for him.
It's a tough sledding for bomb tree, but maybe he's able to close that gap down before the weather comes. As P-Dog takes the move to the outside on the final chicane, but Bam Bam holds his own and is able to regain the position. iFunner. Oh, HS Maria's into the pits. So I wonder if he's feeling the softs already or if he picked up some wing damage.
I think he's going on the medium, so no wing damage for
Okay,
HS
no
Maria.
wing
So
damage. He's just looking to be on fastest tire possible.
so the soft guys are probably gonna be looking to pit soon, but Kent and Petter's still maintaining that gap. So.
P-Dog shows his car in the mirror, Bam Bam, but doesn't want to make a move just yet. As Amram gets by Grurex King off screen. Yeah. Oh, RJP picks up 3 seconds. RJP's had an impressive showing here. He's moved up all the way to 11th from P20, so that's a great run for the Red Bull driver as he tries to track down iFunner. Bomb trees in the pits again and picks up another 5 seconds. Penalty, so that's tough sledding for the Haas man.
Tough sledding as Seagrass has managed to pull down the gap to Kent and Petter. Kent and Petter dives off into the pits. So
is feeling those softs, obviously.
Definitely is. Seagrass just put in the fastest lap of the race as well. Still looking. Sun's still out quite a bit now. The clouds are starting to look like they're rolling in. So
yeah, it looks like the soft runners are starting to bail as a lot of them have come in. Kitten kind of set the tone for the rest of those soft runners, but Cream has opted to stay out. So we'll look to see if Cream feels the pressure a little bit from Bam Bam, who's only 4/10 and counting. Bam Bam got a really good run out of turn 1.
Bomb tree at the top of Eau Rouge, retiring. Bloodhog goes fastest lap. So I say if you're Bam Bam right now, I gotta think you're possibly in the best position right now.
Yeah, without a
Possibly.
doubt, especially if there's going to be rain late in this race. If he can stretch it till he has to put on the wet tires, he's got strategist of the day written all over it for sure.
He's definitely showing pace.
Yeah.
Grew also on the hards in P8, so I gotta think the two guys on the hards right now could be in the catbird seat for a good result.
No, absolutely. It'd be nice if we had access to the weather as well, like we could have seen when it's gonna change, but that's alright. It makes it exciting.
It makes it unpredictable.
Oh,
iFunner has retired.
He has a loss,
and that's going to bring out a safety car.
Oh wow, safety car. So Cream Media, in terms of drivers yet to pit, Cream is the biggest winner here with this safety car.
Definitely get in now, put some mediums on, go to the rain.
Yep. And we'll look to see. I wonder if Seagrass. Oh, he stays out.
No, Seagrass and Roga both stayed out.
Yeah.
Bam Bam stayed out, obviously.
Google Dougal, I'm on board with right now. He's coming in. So we'll.
It's gonna be interesting to see what tires these guys go on too,
Yeah.
that are pitting on the mediums. Because are they gonna go to the softs and maybe take those to the rain, maybe?
Maybe.
Yeah, it looks like a Google Doogle's going on to the softs. MRAM went to the softs.
Oh, run fresh for
So
hards. Interesting.
that is very interesting. I think Jeff is letting him down there.
Yeah.
Everybody that pitted out there besides Ron Fresh went to the softs. So I
So,
would
Rogue, we're assuming Rogue and Seagrass still need to pit before the rain. But maybe they
we can
don't.
assume they might not have to. Maybe they
Yeah.
can save their tires under the safety car, and then the rain comes and
There's palm trees left. As it
we
looks to
get
have
to.
gotten more overcast, so maybe this rain does come halfway through the race. Well, no, we're at the halfway point, so a little bit further than halfway. That last third, kind of like we were thinking earlier. Funners left us.
Definitely, I have a feeling the safety car is going to be out for a while too, and that'll just allow time to go by. It could be raining before we even go green.
Yeah, no, that's gonna create some issues here. If the rain's coming.
Seagrass has pitted, but that's understandable. He's got plenty enough gap,
Yeah.
and Rogue followed him in, so the top two pitting. I look for them to go on softs as well.
So
Yep. Seagrass onto the softs, Rogue
I wonder
onto the
if
softs as well.
Seagrass is able to stay ahead of Bam Bam.
Everybody, but Rogue might lose right here to Bam Bam.
Oh shoot!
Yes, he will. Rogue is gonna lose. No, he got getting better. He just changed real quick.
Yep.
So Rogue lost his spot there.
Shoot.
So
Now
it's gonna
Rogue's
be
got some work to
interesting.
do. Yeah, but Rogue is on the softer
There's-
tire, so Rogue and Seagrass opted to soft, so Rogue should be able to get his spot back, I'd imagine, in P2.
Bam Bam, I think, might be struggling a little bit around everybody on the fresher tires on the hards, but if he can keep those hards up to temperature, he might be able to fight with them a little bit. But it's definitely starting to get cloudy.
Yep. I'm just waiting for those few drops of rain to come, and then things will get really juicy.
Oh yeah, definitely. Remember one time last season we had started raining during the safety car, and as soon as the safety car went in, it was whenever the game decided to make the track wet, and everybody was all over the place.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was not fun. I can't remember. I'm trying to remember. I think we finished with like 12 great drivers or something like that. Like a lot of the grid fell away from the wet,
Yeah.
but it was a tough race.
Yeah, and with the safety car looking like it's probably going to stay out another lap, it's just going to draw that rain closer. So it's going to, business might be picking up here soon,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yep, we got at least one more lap to go. Bodhod is on fresh soft, so he's gotta hopefully he can catch up to the leaders.
Yeah, it's not the best of races from Bada. I think he's just had some run-ins with drivers, some bit of bad luck.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
still a quick driver on fresh softs too, with most people in front of him on mediums.
Yeah, so you've got P4 through P11 walking through mediums. So I wonder if this rain is gonna be a lot lighter.
I think it's going to be light rain.
Yeah.
Definitely going to be light rain, and I would say it's going to take obviously a couple laps to get wet. So, maybe looking like with 5 laps to go, maybe some guys going to intermediate tires, depending if it starts raining. But you never know. Maybe it's just one of those rains where like it's raining, but you can stay on the dry tire, which really will not help Bam Bam at all. But everybody else will be fine. So now what do you think, Brady? predictions.
Oh man, I think our original predictions are all over the are kind of.
Definitely.
Well,
So
so you had Rogue
but,
at P2, right?
yes, and Forge Power P3.
So I think your podium might come true a little bit more than mine will,
Possibly.
because
Possibly.
Bodhod's gonna have to have a miracle drive here to get back up to the podium. Who else did I have up there? I think I had Rogue in P3, didn't I?
I think
Seegers
so.
with the win. Yeah. So.
No, you had Kittenpetter. You had Kittenpetter winning the race.
I had Kittenpetter winning the race. Yeah.
So.
Crazy. I don't know, man. This is
Yes.
gonna be spicy once we restart
It
here.
is.
I'd imagine we're gonna be restarting soon.
Yeah, as I'm seeing rain on the car of Seagrass.
Oh, I'm on board with
Some
Gru.
raindrops.
So that's it has darkened quite a bit, so I'd imagine the rain's gonna be falling shortly. Oh yeah.
It has started to rain.
Drops.
So, are we going to have any risky people to dive into intermediates now? Which I don't think that's a smart move. But I would definitely be looking for the grip to start going away in about 2 laps. The safety car is going in. Alrighty.
Okay. I'm gonna hop on board with our leader.
Yes, it looks like he
pedal to metal here.
Get to the chicane, and I think he might have a brilliant restart off Bam Bam.
Yeah. So it looks like
Bam Bam
already created a huge gap for Bam Bam.
Definitely great restart for Seagrass. Bam Bam is already going to be under pressure by Rogue. Rogue to the outside in turn 1, right on the gearbox of Bam Bam as they head down to Eau Rouge. Or are they going to go too wide through Eau Rouge? No. Rogue backs out smartly.
I wonder how long.
Rogue.
I wonder when this rain starts to get a little bit heavier. But I think let you commentate this overtake here as Rogue shows inside and deep lunge from Rogue, but he's able to get
Gets
P2
it
back.
done. Great move by Rogue there.
As Gru and Amram. Oh, and Amram and HS Maria are coming together a little bit.
Oh, is
Oh,
that a yellow?
it's an RJP that's.
RJP spun at the top of a Rouge, yes.
Unfortunate. At least he didn't DNF, but we can catch back up to the rest of the group here. As track conditions seem to be worsening by the minute, it looks like Gru is starting to have some issues handling his car as it comes around too long.
Bam Bam's holding these guys up. They're behind him right now, I think. Kittenpetter's all over him right now, and everybody right there is within a second.
See, I'm hopping on board with Kitten here, and we'll see if Kitten can get by Bam Bam.
Oh, he's looking on the outside. Bam Bam with a lockup. Oh. Good racing by this right there, but Kittenpetter's going to be back on the outside in turn 1.
Ooh, deep braking from Kitten.
He hangs it around the outside and gets around Bam Bam out there. So Bam Bam really feeling the hard as Forge Power is right behind him as well.
Hop on board with Porridge. I think Porridge is going to get Bam Bam right away here too.
Gru in a Rouge. Oh, no, that's going to bring out a VSC.
Oh dear, right as Porridge is going for a move to get P4 back. Tough.
Unfortunate, these guys.
Yeah.
Oh, Rouge catching a lot of people out right now. Especially with the transition period. Grip level is different. You don't know really what to expect every lap going through there. Egress with a 3-second lead. Rogue and Kitten Petter, your podium right now. RJP's in the pits and going to the inners. So there's your first one going to the wet tire. Little porridge all over Van right here.
So I wonder if RJP taking a gamble on the inters. I don't think it's wet enough yet. So
no, I don't think yet, but mute it.
Looks like P-Dog has spun. Oh dear. So
porridge with a lunge into the chicane on Van. DRS enabled, so it's still not wet enough for DRS to be disabled.
See if Porridge can get a move done here on Bam Bam.
I think so. Bam Bam's really struggling compared to everybody on these older tires.
I wonder if those hard tires just don't have very, like, I mean, he is 14 laps in on those hards, but it's Google Dougal has lost it on the exit of turn 1, it looks like, so that's an interesting spot. Unfortunately,
and we got another VSC as well. Is that the fourth VSC of the race?
I think so.
That's crazy.
This is a tough track to race in the wet though, so I'm not surprised.
It definitely is. There's a lot of parts in the track where like traction's not always the best with the elevation changes and off-camber corners. Back to green. DRS still enabled. So I think that's going to be obviously our cue to see people going on inners. I think a lot of people are just going to wait for race control to disable DRS.
Yeah, I think so.
As Porridge still all over Bam Bam. Porridge needs to get past Bam Bam right here. He's losing a lot of time to the top 3. Another yellow. Who's gonna run?
Like,
I think it's Arkaka? Arkaka is spun, yes.
Shoot, unfortunate. So it looks like Bodod was able to get a few positions up to P8, so just like that, we were worried Bodod might be out of this race, but P8 already, he might be able to challenge for a podium still. Ooh, as it looks like Bam Bam got a little aggressive with Porridge on that final chicane, or it was just the wet weather. But looks like Andrew was able to take advantage of the fact that Porridge is swung really wide.
Yes. So Porridge a bit squirrely out of turn 1 there.
Looks like track conditions are starting to worsen a little bit more, so let's see if DRS can actually here.
Amram with 3 seconds. Andrew all over the back of Bam Bam right here. Andrew's going to look to the inside. Gets it done. And then Porridge right behind him again.
See if Bam Bam can get the spot back. But I feel like he's really starting to feel those hard tires at this moment.
Porridge gets into the back of the Bam Bam there. Porridge got into the back of Bam Bam.
Okay, that explains the big lockup. Kitten picking up 3 seconds.
It's Amram's closing in on these guys too, so Amram with a good recovery drive. And then Bodhod's right behind Amram.
Oh, this is going to be a nice little... Bam Bam's going to kind of... Looks like naturally going to start a little bit of a train here. These few drivers. So look to see the soft runners are probably going to really find space. Porridge gets squirmy.
Porridge Amram's going to look to the inside here.
That's a gutsy move from Amram.
That is
Doesn't pay off.
That is a real gutsy move.
So Amram taking a lunge has allowed Bodhod to close right up onto his gearbox, and actually it looks like they're side by side.
And they're closing in on Porridge Power too. Amram
goes really wide. dear.
Oh,
A
Bonhod.
big lockup from Bonhod. Oh,
Oh,
big spin for
Bonhod
Bonhod.
spins.
Oh dear.
No.
Oh no. As Bam Bam and SRS have jumped into the pits, I wonder if Bonhod's doing the same. So it looks like everybody has said, screw this, we're going on to the inters.
Definitely. I think Bonhod too much curve onto that chicane, and
Yeah.
with it wet, it's fun. And yep, everybody's going on the inners now. So
Alright.
is that going to give an advantage? Is that going to give the guys going to inners now an advantage on Seagrass and Rogue and Andrew?
I think so.
DRS has been disabled, so
DRS has been disabled. So Seagrass, Rogue, and Andrew Porridge might be the biggest losers here because now they've got a pit, and I don't believe that gap. Well, it looks like Seagrass will come out. We're just ahead of Kitten Petter still if he pits, but we'll see.
as Porridge going slow enough right now to trick the game that he spun out. Yellow flags came out, so I think these guys on the inners right here are. It's going to be close.
Yeah, Andrew going around Puan is just tiptoeing around the track. It's just riding on his onboard. It's just a tricky little.
It's those transitions, Bergie. They just come out of nowhere.
It is those transitions, DK. Yeah, I mean, at least these guys knew this one was coming, but this transition was nice and slow. I think you'd appreciate.
Oh, Porridge just spun. Porridge just spun.
Oh dear.
Oh no. That's really unfortunate. He's gonna fall way back, and he still has to put the wet tires on.
Yes, he does. So look for him.
Oh, Seagrass is spun too. Seagrass is spun
dear.
coming out turn one. He didn't even go in the pits.
Oh, so Seagrass is just driven backwards on the track trying to get it back to the pit lane. Oh dear, this has went from bad to worse. Seagrass has been disqualified for blocking the pit lane.
Oh no!
Oh my goodness gracious. What has happened? What has just transpired?
What is happening? Kitten Petter coming around to take the lead of that.
Wow.
Wow. Scenes.
What is going on right now? This is the craziest final few laps that we've seen so far, and this has been a spicy season already. So Kitten Petter, the Haasman, P1
making the call.
Excellent call
from
the Haas garage to undercut here. Getting in right before DRS has been deactivated and before the track gets undrivable on those slick tires.
I just don't know what. I don't want to sound rude, but what is Seagrass thinking? He drove right past the pit lane, and then tried to go back in backwards. I don't know.
I don't know. I've never seen that. That's got to be something for sure to get reviewed, I'd imagine. But onwards we go. So Kitten Petter's got a commanding 4.5 second lead, and then it looks like Bam Bam is going to be on the gearbox of Rogue. So we'll see who's got the better setup for these wet conditions. I bet you Bam Bam is appreciating some fresh tires right about now.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. But he definitely was one of the drivers that got the strategy right, even though he was struggling on them hards. Whenever it started to rain, he hasn't lost too much time. He actually gained positions during all that mess. So everybody.
So Bam Bam closed that gap down to half a second.
Was Amram, do you know? When did Amram do that? I completely missed
recently. I don't know.
Yeah, that just happened.
That just happened. So I'm not sure what happened there. But Amram is also DNF. So we're down to 12. Started with 20 and we're down to 12. As we finished up with the Belgium Grand Prix. Bam Bam has gotten a really good run up Radeon, and he's looking to make a move on Rogue here as he's showing to the outside.
So
but I don't don't know.
Good defending by Rogue, and I don't think Bam Bam is trying to push the issue just yet. So I guess now everything's kind of calmed down. Now we get to the penalty check, I would say.
Yeah, so there's a big gap here between. I mean, Kitten has already expanded his gap to 5 seconds, 5.2, and then Andrew is way back in P4, 6.3 behind Bam Bam. So look to see kind of how things shake down, but it looks like our podium at the time is Kitten, Rogue, and Bam Bam.
So Kitten has 6 seconds of penalties right now. Rogue. Bam Bam doesn't have any in Rogue, I don't think. No, Bam Bam does have 3 seconds. I don't think Rogue. Rogue doesn't have anything. Rogue is clean all the way through.
Nice.
I believe.
That's good for him. So Bam Bam's closing the gap down to 3/10 now.
Bam Bam has picked up another 3 seconds just there, I believe. So Kitten needs to pull out a 6-second gap at least right now.
Bam Bam shows the side, but Rogue defends holds his line well. But P2 and P3 have expanded their gap. Andrew's fallen back further, 7.7 back, but it looks like Andrew's defending Bodhod as well, so we'll flip over to that battle for a little while.
Oh, Andrew gets a bit squirrely coming out there.
Yeah, Bodhod did as well, and Bodhod went a little bit wide on the exit curb. And that's not really where he wants to be in these wet conditions, as we saw earlier. He's spinning out on the curb.
With Rogue defending Bam Bam right now, it's helping Kitten better pull away that gap.
Yeah, Kitten's driving off into the sunset right now. It's down up to a 6-second gap. Started at 4.5, and now we're at 6. So
he's got to get it above 6
yeah.
at least if he wants to
if he wants to
keep the
hang on.
win.
Okay, so Bam Bam's helping Kitten Cutter right now. Bodhod wrestling the car. These conditions can't be easy to drive in, that's for sure.
No, sure. You head into the
looks like Bam Bam's right on the Bam Bam and Rogue are getting really close together, so we'll get watching these two guys as they round out. We're on lap 21 here.
Kitten up to almost 7 seconds now, so
crazy.
just keep it smooth and clean.
Yeah, smooth and clean, and take your victory. Looks like Bodhod gets a good run up Radeon, closes that gap down by 3/10. So I wonder if Bodhod will be able to get up to P4. Oh, as we have
It's P-Dog spinning.
Get a little bit squirrely going up Radeon. Yeah, the grid is really spread out here, other than these two battles that we're watching. So
Yeah, the P2 to P5.
Yep.
Yep.
But P-Dog's closing that gap down to HS Maria nicely, so I wonder if P-Dog is able to make something happen. As it looks like they're going to be coming up on a lapped RJP, so we'll look for RJP to get out of the way. I'm going to hop over to this battle here right away. P-Dog's car looks glued to the track right now, DK. I wonder if he's going to be able to get by HS Maria here.
Oh yeah, P-Dog definitely closing in. as Rogue and Bam Bam still kind of spread apart. Bothod's falling off Andrew a little bit.
Oh, Bam Bam back down to 6/10 again, but I think P-Dog is the battle to watch right now because I think P-Dog's going to be able to get really close. Oh! Oh, RGP.
RGP. P-Dog sends it to the inside of Maria.
Oh,
cuts
they
the
come
corner.
together.
Oh, bit of contact. P-Dog got 3 seconds there, but now they're side by side heading down the pit straight.
Yeah,
P-Dog will get in front.
Gets the job done. Right over to Bam Bam, who's back on that DRS straight. On this final lap, you look to see if Bam Bam's just going to try to send it a little bit and get that second position.
Maria picks up 3 seconds. Roman's so high.
Gonna get a little bit of a disconnect from Rogue there, but Bam Bam hopefully getting P2 on track. And we'll see how penalties shake things out.
Kitten Petter heading down through sector 3 right now, heading toward the chicane.
Yeah, we'll watch the Haas man round the final few corners.
As he did have a good strategy starting on the stops. Commanded most of the beginning of the race. Rogue and Bam Bam heading side by side. Sorry to take away from Kitten Petter, but Kitten Petter's going to win the race. As Bam Bam has got around Rogue. Rogue is spun.
Bam Bam spins. Rogue is coming around that final corner.
Bam Bam will take 2, but Rogue will get Bam Bam on penalties.
Yeah.
So Kitten Petter keeps P1, Andrew P4, Baja P5.
Crazy.
So I think the field finishes there, but congrats to Kitten Petter. He commanded most of the race up until he had to pit, obviously starting on the soft tire, but made the right call to go on inners at the right time, and the 4 guys that didn't pit just completely bottled the race.
Yeah, they did. That was a wild finish. I haven't seen anything like that in quite a long time, so that was quite fun to watch. But
definitely.
We'll look to see RJP is a lap down, so the minute he crosses the line here, he'll be done. But overall, that was a fantastic race. So we'll have to get the viewers to vote for driver of the day as well. As Bodhod was P6 by 1,000th of a second, that's quite incredible too.
Well, definitely, I guess.
Yeah.
So as the game is giving Bam Bam driver of the day, I would say that's fair enough. Starting on the hards and making the one-stop strategy work all the way to the end.
Absolutely.
I think he started P15. Yeah.
Oh, looks like Bam Bam has left us there. Majority of the drivers leaving us. So, yes, that was a crazy finish, without a doubt. So, I'm excited to interview the drivers here. Connell is saying Kitten is a Chad and Kitten gets driver of the day. And,
I would have to agree.
I agree with that. So Kitten, Rogue, and Bam Bam are your podium finishers. Andrews for Cree Media, Bodhod, Porridge, P-Dog, HS Maria, Arkaka, Rumfresh, RJP, SRS, Google Dougal, Grugex King, iFunner, X-Bomb, Sector 7, Young DJ, and Seagrass, who started on pole, all DNF'd in this race. This was a wild one, DK. I can't wait to talk to our podium finalists.
Definitely was a wild race.
Sending out invites to the top 3 there.
Yes. Can you get
Alrighty, so we'll head on over. has joined us. Awesome. So we need Rogue and Bam Bam. Bam Bam is right there. Alright, and here you are. So we'll start with P3 once they join.
You want me to do interviews versus you want to do interviews?
If you want to do interviews, you're welcome to. Yes.
Alrighty.
Just wait for Bam Bam to join us here before we start the interviews. Bodhod in the Discord saying that was a nuts race, and yes it was. We had a lot of fun commentating it. I can't wait to talk to you drivers here to get your thoughts on it, but it was a fun one for sure.
Well,
Is Bodhod or Bam Bam coming? Well, I think, DK, do you want to just get started, and then if Bam Bam shows up, we'll talk to him at the end? On that he... Okay.
About who finished P4?
Yeah, I can do that, yeah.
Yeah, I will start with the interviews.
All
So
right,
we'll start with
good.
Rogue. Hey man, how you doing tonight?
Yeah, that was a good race. I can be happy with myself for that. Put in a lot of practice beforehand, then 50%.
He finished
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a great race to watch for sure, and it's always fun to watch you guys put on a show. Yes. We'll move on to our race winner, Kitten Petter, fellow commentator. Had a pretty commanding lead up to where you had to pit off of the softs, and then made the right call to go into the intermediates when you did, and the top four decided to just bottle everything, and you come away with a win. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I really didn't think this was going to be possible. First, I want to thank my personal sponsor, Busch Light, and all the boys at Haas. But but yeah, I thought my race was completely ruined after the first stint because my teammate he had a phone call So he muted himself. Didn't know he was going into the pits right ahead of me. He got a wing change and everything. My first pit stop wound up being about 10 seconds. So I thought that was pretty much game over there. Thankfully, whatever happened, happened. I think Seegers must have reversed in pit lane. Yeah, I'm usually pretty good in the wet. Spa's not really my best track, but I kind of felt like once we got that restart, that I'd probably be able to overcome the 6 seconds worth of penalties that I racked up on myself. So happy with that. Happy with the points. I think I should have won in Monza earlier this year, but I lagged out. So nice to finally get that first win here in COS.
It's always a good feeling to get the first win, but congratulations, and as always, see you next week. Good show, and turn it over to you, Brazy.
Yeah, I just wanted to say congratulations to the both of you. That was excellent racing. It was very fun to watch, and Kitten, congratulations on the win. That was good fun, and great call with the undercut onto the inters. That was awesome. Alrighty, so just want to remind our viewers that you can catch Contest of Speed, the European side of things, start at 10 p.m. UK time, Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So tomorrow you'll catch our top tier on the European side of things. The European 1 will be kicking off at 10 p.m. UK time, and then Thursday is our European tier 4, and then following tomorrow's European tier is the AM1 tier. So DK and I will be driving, and Kit and Petter will be commentating that one. So we'll look forward to an exciting race. Hopefully our race can be half as entertaining as this one was tonight. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, and have a great night.